Alright then gang, so we're making pretty good progress with this project. There's a couple more things I want to talk about though, and the first one of those is how we can order data when we fetch it. Now at the minute the default ordering of these is the order in which we create them. So if I create a new one, doesn't matter what it's called or what the rating is, if I create this, it's going to go at the end. So this is the oldest, second oldest, and then the newest. If I create another one, that's going to go at the end. And we should be able to see that right here. So that's the default order. But what if I want to order by the rating or the title or something else? Then we can use special methods given to us by the Supabase client library to do that. So what we're going to do is allow users to order the smoothies by either the created at date, the title, or the rating. Now, those three things, those three parameters, if you like, need to be stored in a bit of a local state. So we're going to do that in the home screen. We're going to create some states called order by and then set order by for the function to update it. And the initial value is going to be created at, which matches the field name of each smoothie, right? So this is the thing. The property value or the state value here has to match the column name, if you like, or the property name. So it's going to be created at, title, or rating. So how do we then update that value based on the user choosing a specific criteria? Well, we're going to have a bit of template down here where we had this comment, order by buttons, and I'm just going to paste this in and then quickly explain it. So we have this div with a class of order by, so we can apply some styles to it, and inside that a paragraph, just saying order by, and then we have three buttons. The first one is time created, then title, then rating, and when we click on those, it calls this function, set order by, which updates this piece of state right here, which is created at initially. So down here, if they click on this, then it updates it to be created at again. Click on this one, it updates it to be title, this one rating. Okay, so we're updating that local state. And in fact, what we'll do now is we'll just output that bit of local state as well. So order by right here, just so we can see that this is working. And also, I do want to style this a little bit as well. So what I'm going to do now is just quickly from my repo, I'm just copying a bit of styles. So I'm going to save this page, then go to index.css, and at the bottom, we're just going to style those buttons. So the order by buttons, give each one a margin right. The background is the primary color, which I think is the green one. Is it? Yeah, this one right here. And then after that, we say the color of the text is white, no border, bit of padding, border radius, font family of pop-ins, and a cursor of pointer. So we're using those to click them. All right, so if we save that now, we should be able to preview this. And now in a browser, we can see those buttons and we can see that the initial value is created at. But if we click on these other things, it's updating that local state, right? So now we need to take that value and somehow integrate it with our Supabase request to fetch the data, to say, look, when we fetch the data, I want you to order the data in a certain way based on whatever the value of this piece of state is. So the way we do that with Supabase is actually pretty easy. Where we're fetching the data and we say select, after that we can tack on another method called order. And then all we do is pass in the field that we want to order by. Now that field is going to be stored in this state, so I'm just going to grab that, and then whatever the value of that state is going to be passed in here. And also as a second argument, we can pass in an object and we can set ascending to be false, because by default ascending is true, but you can override it by setting it to false right here. Now this is fine. So when we first load the page, because the default value is this, it's going to order by created at. However, when we update this piece of state right here, there's nothing saying, okay, well now refetch the data. Just because we update this at the minute, it's not going to rerun useEffect. However, because we're using order by inside useEffect, and whenever this changes, we basically want to run this function again, we can pass it down here as a dependency. So order by like so. And when we do that, it means that whenever this value changes, it's going to rerun this function. It's going to refetch the data according to the different order. Now, I know you could potentially do this just at local level with the local state and order them, but I wanted to show you how to order data via the Supabase method order as well. So let's save that now and see if this works. Okay, so we can see that when we first load the page, the order of these has already switched. It used to be that the oldest was at the top and then the newest was at the end, but now the newest is at the start and the oldest is at the end, which is a bit more logical. And I can demo that if we create a new one. I'm just going to call it blah, and then whatever for the method. I have a really good imagination. 7, create smoother. We can see that is now at the start. Okay, so that's the default order. However, if I change this to rating, we can see now the highest rated are at the start and the lowest rated are at the bottom. We can go back to time created if we wanted to. But also now, if we go to title, then it's going to show the nearest to A at the end and the nearest to Z at the start. All right, so this is all working. Now we're ordering by these different parameters using the order method.